to D&D. Obviously.
Yay!
So just to do a quick little recap for you guys. You have been exploring the war camps, looking for the answer to a missing honor blade, or what appears to be a missing. You have finally met the contact, Liz, and she has told you that the supposed Herald, the madman, LOL. The supposed madman is currently housed.
You fucking hold on. I'm trying to turn this shit off, but I'm getting the piss texted out of me. God damn.
It's a curse being so popular.
God.
Literally 15 pictures.
Well, again, it's the curse being so popular.
Okay, nice. well, it's done speaking, so you please continue.
Okay. You finally met up with the contact, Liz. She informed you that the madman, the supposed Herald, is being housed in the temple complex next to the Colon Central Complex, which on the map is this building right here. This is the temple complex. She then indicated that your best bet would be to try to sneak in to speak with him. You would need some way to get past the guards or over the walls. You would probably need to find some form of disguise when you got into the complex. And you would need to locate which cell the supposed Herald is in. She then said that you would need a way to talk to him, to speak to him, as he is apparently a rambling madman. It is at this point that the stone AK has been carrying came to life and revealed itself to be a peak spren named Poahu. Poahu indicated that she could speak to him or give him some form of cognizance for a certain amount of time. Because at this point in time, we ended session, and I informed you all that we are going to be doing a heist, because that sounds fun to me. You retired to the Ornery Chull. Oh, as you left, you got accosted by some guards who took you to see High Lord
Amarar.
I forget exactly how to pronounce his name. Bright Lord Amaram. Amaram. Amaram, yes. He asked you what you were doing, why you were brawling with guards in the Sidious war camp. You spoke to him. Asha mentioned that he was looking for the Sons of Honor, which Amaram kind of seemed familiar with them. Is at this point in time, after being released, that you went back to the Ornery Chull. You both... AK spent some time focusing on this sort of personal quest he's been given to find the words, to say the words. Mask spoke to a wind spren that has been following him. And upon waking, Mask found a letter under his door indicating that he has found the Sons of Honor and that they have found him. This is when the session ended, and I told you all to get ready to plan a heist. So, we are going to open today's session with some... I think we're just going to go for some atmospheric music here, and we're going to go for a little bit... How's it sound?
I believe you told Mask and I to put our heads together and come up with a plan for this heist between sessions, and we did not.
Okay, well, we can do some planning now, because you can head back to the Creme Oven, which is where Liz is located, and you can talk to her a little bit about it. And you can see if you can put your heads together now, kind of figure out how you want to tackle this issue. What I will do is not that one. What I will do is this one. What I will do is I will open this map for us. This is the map of the temple. Liz had one of these, and she did show it to you. I can point out the features for you once again, if you are on it. The square post here on the left side, that is bisected by the wall, is the guard post. That is the main entrance into, well, the main entrance is right above it, but this is the guard post guarding it. The wall surrounding it is roughly like 8 to 10 feet tall. It's not really a defensive wall so much as it is, hey, this is not an area open to the general public wall.
Mm-hmm. Privacy wall.
Like I said, about 8 feet tall. Just high enough that it isn't going to be easy to jump up and climb it. These two square buildings in the bottom right are storage rooms. These would house anything that you would need to store. So additional clothing, food, supplies, medical supplies, right? Anything like that. Anything that would be stored not in a person's room is stored in these two buildings here. The square building, or the rectangular building on the top side, is the housing complex. This is where the priests sleep, for the most part. The round building here is the temple itself. That is where prayers happen, worship. This building here is the temple, or the training complex. This is where ardents, which are the priests, train. It's where they hold private meetings with nobility or others to train them in their callings. And this sort of odd-shaped building in the top right corner is the monastery. That is where sort of like under ardents are held. They sleep there. It's where sick people are stored. This would include your Herald. Your Herald is somewhere in that building. List did indicate that would be where he would be. Right. So, you can kind of figure out what the layout is and how things function with that. So we're gonna have this map open, but you guys are currently at the Ornery Chull. You are waking up in the morning and you are having breakfast. So you two can kind of figure out what to do. Saul is still nowhere to be found. Jahal is with you. He is snacking on some porridge, and you two can. Him being a meathead, you two are setting the plan, and he will follow along with it. With that, I open the floor to you two to decide how you want to tackle this quest of getting into the temple complex and speaking to Talon, the madman / Herald.
By the way, this will be my first heist ever. So,
Well, I'm happy I could be your
Well,
first.
we were talking about trying to talk to soldier captain guy. What was it, Brody?
You know,
Borden.
yeah, and I
Borden,
thought more
thank you.
about that later, and he's going to want a reason for going in there. And if he knows that what we want to do is against the rules, and I don't know that he would help us with that. So, I
We'd
mean,
also kind of ruin our reputation with him too at the same time.
exactly.
But
exactly.
I mean, if we get caught, we're gonna get ruined reputation anyway. So, how close does who we need to be to talk to him?
So if you put her on the table and speak with her, you're gonna need to. She's gonna need to be in the same room.
Same room. Okay. That was something I thought about. I was like, oh, I wonder if we could just bird that shit right in there or something. I mean, I have a smooth brain, and I just say we try to fucking sneak in, but the way in is through the front square there.
Isn't it?
How tall are the walls? How tall are the walls again?
About 8 feet.
8 to 10 feet is what he said.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we could go over the wall if we wanted, but it would need to be at a spot that's kind of shielded from eyes outside. You know, external people just happen to see you climbing the wall. That's not good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of that building's facing the camp, so...
So this door over the guard post and this door, the main entrance, they face north. So the side back here is to the south, and then the top would be east, and then the bottom would be west. So,
and if I remember correctly, most of the camp is north and west.
So I will bring us back to the war camp real quick. So this is the temple complex here. This would be well, no, wait, hold on. Because out towards the staging area, which would be out here, would be directly east.
Well, we can kind of figure it out, like just looking at the picture. You got the dome right there, and you got the entrance. So if we wanted to try and get in, the only real good way would be like right in here. What is this building again?
That is basically the castle. That's where the Colon nobility.
The Lord.
Yep, Dalinar's in there. Yep.
Okay. So I mean, even then, the tower guards would be able to see there pretty easy too. Then, so
I mean, it depends on our level of stealth.
I mean, we haven't exactly been the stealth kings.
Well, I mean, I have high stealth numbers, but I don't. My rolls are suspect.
Yeah, without the Parascendi being involved, your rolls have been a little low.
Yeah.
So then the other option is to disguise ourselves and get in.
You would know that, like, so, like.
Hold on 1 second, bud.
No problem. No problem with the wait.
Sorry about that. The wife came in and needed to talk to me. She's doing something and wanted me to know because, I need to know what's going the fuck on with her most of the time.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Is everything all right? You had to keep playing? Or?
Nope. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yep. Nope. Thank you.
Okay. So you would know that there is sort of a continuous force of workmen who kind of go around patching holes in the wall. They wear kind of a general smock type uniform. That is something that you could disguise yourself as. I believe Liz had indicated last time that there would be sort of like ardent robes that would be in the storage rooms that you could get for disguises. That there's a number of ways you could get disguises to sneak into this complex, if that's something you wished to attempt.
Probably going to be our only way.
I feel like it's the safest way, like the one that's going to bring the least amount of.
Well, yeah, the least. Yeah, I think so.
Because if we try to get in, I feel like this place is too centered. I mean, you got tower gates right here. You got a camp down below. You got camps all the way around it. I mean,
yeah, we're gonna need to disguise ourselves and try to get in that way.
I think his comment about the workmen would at least get us in, and then we hit the storage units up and get the ardent, monk clothes, if you will, and then we have to find a way to get the cell, but we also need to find a way to get in the cell. So she can have a conversation with him.
So she had given you She had given you some more information. She had said that the cell he was in, you can either search the entirety of the monastery, or there should be some form of records in the temple or the housing complex where, the head ardent had kept a record of, hey, this is who we have in here, and that would indicate which cell he would be in. That would expedite your search exponentially. That there would be some record of which cell he was in. You could also go speak to Liz again. You don't have to plan it without her. You can go talk to her
again. It might not be a horrible idea to go talk to her and see what she can provide us. She might be able to provide us the disguises, maybe.
Okay. Sure.
Or maybe a distraction. Maybe a distraction. If we say we wanted to go over the wall, I wonder if her people could provide a distraction to let us get over the wall. Either way.
Was she like 100% like she knows that he's in that building?
Does she know? But no, he could be in a different building, but that is where they house the sick and the infirm.
Okay. And he's considered sick because he's fucking loony.
He would be considered. Eyes. He would be considered insane. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I see the logic. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything in my head.
Nope, you're good. You're good.
I mean, if you want to try and do the sneak thing, I'm for it. The disguise one feels like the safer route, but sometimes.
Okay. Well, let's do that. I mean,
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes safer isn't the best option.
So here's the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as safer, like you say. It will be less risk, but I feel like going over the wall will put us right by where we need to be.
Yeah.
And it may be faster. We may be in and out faster that way than if we put on disguises and tried to traipse around pretending to be somebody.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about it.
So kind of a general question for the DM in terms of worldly. Would we know that like are we talking like magical protected jail cells? Are we talking tech jail cells?
So it would be there would be nothing that you would consider magical. Magical would be like Stormlight, and the abilities that you yourself, Asha, are manifesting. You would know that is incredibly rare.
Okay.
As far as technology goes, I had spoken to you about Fabrials a little bit. It might be that some of those exist within the temple, but the chances of those being common or a major hindrance are going to be very rare. You've heard of nothing like, hey, I have got a Fabrial that locks for a fingerprint or something like that. Like, that's not a thing.
Okay. So we're talking like, iron bars or
iron bars. There's a skeleton key that opens it. Right. We're not talking like biometrics or anything like
that. Okay.
One more thing.
Yes.
Areas like this will get supplies delivered.
Yes.
I wonder if it might be possible to sneak in with one of these supply shipments. I don't know how big they are, or what they look like, or how often they happen, but...
Well, so you would have known that the caravan you came into the area with, like Borden, was delivering the madman here, right? And that was, a dozen men, 3 carts. So that was to deliver the madman and a supposed honor blade. And that would be for very high-end cargo. So you can make the assumption that a complex like this would probably receive like a cart maybe every couple of days in supplies. And they would have some sort of like written orders out that they would present to the guards to get through the gate, right? You would have some knowledge that that's how it works, right? They drive the gate up, hand over, a permission slip of some kind. The guards let them through, and then they drop off the goods in the storage containers, and then they leave.
Okay, well, something like that would require a lot of reconnaissance, which would take a lot longer than I think we want to. I think we're still best off going over the wall. But we would need to talk to Liz first. What do you think, Asha?
Yeah, I think talking to her would help make our final decision, personally.
Yep.
The only other thing I have a question about, I think we asked this already. It might be just because my brain is...
No, you're fine.
The walls are 8 to 10 foot tall. Is there windows? Is there arrow slots? Also, does the round tower have windows overlooking outward?
There would be some small, more decorative, like, holes in the... No, there wouldn't be any in the wall. The wall is again designed to sort of keep the area from the general public. Also, it would have to be built to withstand high storms, which are fairly violent this close to the origin point, which is far to the east. The wall would be solid. The temple would have windows in it. They would be fairly high up, and any of the ones that are closer to the ground would be
like
either
small.
Well, this isn't a military well, everything here is technically a military complex, so it would be designed with military standards, but this isn't a building meant for military use. So
gotcha.
I doubt it would have like bars, but they probably would be more akin to arrow slits.
Okay.
You might be able to shimmy through them if you're skinny enough, or make a high enough athletics/acrobatics check. But that's something too you'd have to like climb up to them and then try to squeeze through. So.
Okay. I was just curious because
No.
My brain.
You're planning heists. Go through everything. Okay. So you want to talk to Liz?
Yes. Yeah, it seems like the smart move right now.
Okay, so you finish your breakfast. You go out and head towards the creme oven where Liz is. This early in the morning, she has actually already been up for a while. She has finished baking, and she is currently selling bread. She nods for you to head into the back room, like you were the first time you met her, so last night. She finishes up with a customer, and she joins you in the back room shortly. Yes, what can I help you with?
Hey, Liz. We have several plans going for breaching that complex.
Okay.
And we just kind of wanted to run our ideas by you and see what you thought was most prudent.
Okay. What, for the sake of expedience, you talk to her about what you have been talking about, going over the wall, disguises.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So you tell her all this, and workmen's uniforms would be easy to procure. You would probably be able to forge documents to get through the guard post if you wish to try to go that route. It would be difficult. I might be able to assist you with that. I can get you workmen's uniforms. You could probably carry some equipment with you to make it look like you're patching up the wall. You could use a ladder to go over the wall that way. You would then, though, need some way to get out, as you wouldn't be able to bring the ladder with you. Also, if you're going to go the route of disguises, I would recommend leaving the majority of your weapons behind, as Ardens don't carry weapons. So she kind of points to your daggers. I think each of you carry a dagger of some kind. Asha, do you have a dagger?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. You could hide those quite easily and have some form of weapon, but the bows, the larger weapons, I would probably not advise you bring with you if you're going to go the subtle route. It might be the best way to go, though, as there's almost constant maintenance going on. You could, I believe the next high storm is indicated to come in the next day or so. You could wait till after and go and attempt to patch the walls and sneak over in that.
Perfect.
That, and you could, I'm quite certain you could find some form of robes in the one of the storage rooms. However, you would have to look the part, and if you were stopped, you would have to have some form of you would have to blend in. So it might pay to spend a certain amount of time studying some of the Ardents, the way they walk, the way they talk, an attempt to mimic their mannerism. Also, it might not hurt to carry some form of documentation anywhere. Perhaps in order to feed the needy in the monastery. So if somebody was asking, if somebody was asking why you're in there, you can present to them a document from nobility indicating that you are there to assist with their recovery. But if you're going to go the route of forging orders, you could just as well try to go through the guard post. It's up to you, really.
What do you think, Ash?
If we hired a crew to patch the outside with, say, a hauler wagon or something, we could potentially try to get over the wall by jumping over it.
That would get us in.
And then how would we get out if we wanted to do it the hard break way?
Well, if you are dressed as Ardents, you might be able to walk out the front door if you were convincing them.
Has there ever been a Shin Arden?
Ooh. That's a good question. I would think so.
Keep the hood
up.
Okay. All right.
Maybe wear a mask and cough.
That could be a plan. One of you could pose as someone sick and needy.
Oh.
I mean, do they heal people with wounds?
It acts as a general hospital.
Wait, I still have a... Oh, wait, I healed, didn't I? Damn it.
Yep. Most soldiers would go to the military infirmary. It's more for long-term.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I was just thinking about how I got stabbed in the thigh by a spear. Yeah. That might need a little bit of attention, but then I forgot about the...
Unfortunately, you have stuff going on.
I've got things going on. All right, never mind. I mean, if we can procure the Ardent uniform, sneak in over the wall, and then just walk, I would think they're not going to stop people leaving, right?
Stopping people from leaving is less common than stopping.
Going in, yeah, because you'd want to know what's coming in, not so much what's leaving.
And to be honest, if we do get stopped at the gate leaving, we are right there at the gate. All we have to do is get away. If it falls apart at that moment.
Here's the other question. Here's the other thing, AK. We got to think about it. Is if the Pao Hui or whatever wakes him up. Thank you. Wakes him up, and he actually becomes consciously able to talk and not jabbering like he has been. We need to get him out too, or are we going to leave him in the cell?
We'll bring an extra disguise for him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So we would want 3 just in case.
That would be very difficult.
3 Ardent?
I can get you some workman's uniforms that you could use to pretend that you're working on the wall. The Ardent uniforms you would most likely need to procure in the complex itself.
Inside.
Right, and that building is going to be right in front of us. once we go over the wall.
Is it this one that's the storage?
That is the top one is the housing. So that's where the main Ardents, and these two down here are storage. Storage
is down here. Okay.
Okay.
So, we would want to try. I think if the best place for us to try to get in would be like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right where the tower.
A bell sort of rings, and she rushes off to see to a customer while you're looking at the map on her table.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, because the rest of like these three sides are pretty much all towards the encampment, which that makes me nervous as fuck. This part right here is at least the only side that's not like directly involved with looking at like from camp.
Yeah.
Just the only thing we got to worry about is the towers from the Lord's Manor, or castle or whatever. But
we got workmen's uniforms on.
Yeah, I mean, us climbing over the wall might be a little suspicious looking, but we could just say if someone caught us, we could just say we're working on the top of the wall.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a horrible idea to wait until the next storm comes through as well.
Yes. Yeah, that's going to be the thing. I think we need to wait for that storm to hit, and then we do this. The biggest thing is we're going to have to get down to those two buildings to find three outfits, essentially, to blend in and get out with.
And then you're either going to have to search the entirety of the monastery, or you're going to have to find out the madman's location. So you're either going to have to rifle through, you're either going to have to spend a bunch of your time going through the monastery, or you're going to have to try to find out where he is located. And she indicated that information would either be in the temple itself, in maybe like a records room, or there might be like in the housing complex, there might be some sort of like journal entry or something, right? So the head ardent might be filling out reports or something in there. So you would need to either you're going to either need to search the entirety of the monastery, or you're going to need to find his individual location.
So then it sounds like we're going to need the workman's uniforms, a wagon, and some accoutrements to make it look like we're working on a wall.
Liz comes back in as you say this. These things would be easy to procure. The wagon, not so much, but a ladder would do as well.
Okay.
Anything to get you up high enough to grab the lip and pull yourself over.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I like this idea just because if we go in on our own, we don't have to worry about documentation bullcrap, and I think that might be better personally. Cheaper too.
Less likely of it being traced back to whoever provided it.
So, as far as... Okay, so I'm going to step in here a little bit as the DM. The forging of the documents would be a crafting check.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you could forge. You could ask Liz if she could perhaps get like a copy of, say High Lord Dalinar's handwriting, and then you could make a crafting check and you could try to forge his signature and some orders for you to go in there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That as the DM, I'm going to for that would be a craft. That's something that you can try to do.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing too is you wouldn't know if it would work until, you tried it.
Right.
Yeah.
You could also try to, again, you talked about trying to speak with Borden. You could also try to leverage you're in with him, right? You could, she doesn't know you have that, but you could try to use that in some creative way, right? You don't necessarily have to talk to Borden and say, hey, Borden, would you let us into the temple? You can try other things. Whatever you guys can come up with, I'll try to make happen.
What would be perfect is if he actually had a need to send someone into the temple.
You could go ask him if he does.
Trying to think about how I would word that so that it didn't sound suspicious.
Borden's the one that had showed us the wagon, right?
Yes,
when we were out at the wall there.
Yep, he was the one who checked to make sure that the honor blade was still in the wagon and there was a blade still in.
What if we tell him? I feel like that wouldn't work either, though.
Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking of a way to broach that subject without it seeming
suspicious.
Super suspicious. Suspicious to him, suspicious period, but super suspicious to him because of the conversations we've had before.
I'd say we wait for the storm, let the storm hit, we use the wagon, we jump in,
Ladder.
We'll have to rifle the ardent housing area for potential information, and I mean they would have their own uniforms there too, wouldn't they?
It's entirely possible that they would have sets of spares.
Also, we're going to need to spend that time while we wait on the storm. We're going to need to spend that time trying to study the Ardens and make sure that we're acting like they act, that we can impersonate them.
Somewhat.
Okay. Well, Liz has indicated that the next storm is coming tomorrow, next day, something like that. The telling isn't entirely accurate. So you would have a day or two to gather materials to
dumb question.
Yes.
When you say it's like a kind of like a monastery, are we talking like they don't leave the walls monastery, or are we talking like they go down to the taverns and fucking yap their brains off and drink?
So somewhere in between. Ardents will go out from the temple complex frequently to see people, provide services, guidance, like a clergyman.
Okay.
They don't go out and rabble rouse, so to speak. But they would go out, semi-regularly. Liz wonders if you had thought about sneaking in at night, maybe. Everybody's asleep.
Oh, absolutely. I thought that was a foregone conclusion.
Okay,
We're doing it in the dark.
Okay. So the thing about doing it in the dark, though, is working on the walls is going to be much more suspicious in the dark than it is during the day. But once you get in, you'd probably have much less scrutiny because most people would be in bed. Right.
I hadn't thought about that, about it being suspicious to be working on the walls at night. Although, if we showed up during the day, like if we showed up before dusk to work, and then it would be nothing to think that we would, work a little past dusk
to get a little bit done. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
I like it.
Okay. So you have formulated your plan.
I think so.
Okay.
Such as it were. Yeah.
So what we're going to do then is I'm going to split this up into two because right now you have two primary objectives. The first is to study the Ardens, to kind of learn their mannerisms, their behaviors, so that you can watch them. I want to point out that you guys, I believe, all have the Alethi background. Zeno does not.
Yes.
Asha does. So you would have a basic understanding of the religion, of their function, the way they act, but to get something more specific, you would have to do some direct study. So you have that going on. The second thing is to gather materials to make it seem like you are working on the wall. So you would need the workman uniforms, the sort of smocks they wear. You'd probably need some buckets and some scrapers because like again, creme is a thing, and then you would need that to sort of patch the holes in the wall. So you want to procure a wagon. So you need to do some reconnaissance for the day, and you need to gather materials. So I'm going to split it up into two. So which one of you would like to do reconnaissance and which one of you would like to gather materials?
I thought Liz was procuring the materials needed.
Well, Liz said she could get you the smocks, but the wagon and stuff is going to be on you.
Okay. And I thought we were doing a ladder instead of a wagon.
You can do a ladder. The last thing Mask had said was a wagon. So if you want to get a ladder, you can get a ladder. Whatever materials you need.
If we can get a wagon, that's fine. If you'd rather have a wagon, that's probably easier.
If it's an 8 to 10 foot wall, Jesus, 8 to 10 foot wall. Good Lord. That wagon would have to be like 5 feet tall. It would have to be like a passenger wagon, not a work wagon. So I think the ladder might be a better idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So Liz agrees to provide you with 3 workman smocks. She can get those fairly easily, but the rest of the materials are going to be on you. If you want to try to forge any paperwork or anything like that for being inside the building, something to sort of add credence to why you're there if you get caught, that's also going to be on you, but we'll do that as a separate check.
Okay.
So which one of you would like to do reconnaissance, and which one of you would like to do the material gather?
I'll do the materials. Since you have the Alethi background.
Okay. Then I will do it this way. Jahal will go with AK and provide you with advantage on your check to gather the materials. And the Alethi background you have, Asha, will provide you with advantage on your check to learn mannerisms. So.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so if we want to do this, I'm going to say that for the next, we're going to do the next day here in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Ash, would you make for me an insight check as you are sort of like going around watching these Ardens? Kind of, you're not really stalking them, but you're just kind of paying attention. You're watching their comings and goings. You're paying attention to them out in the streets, and you can make that insight check with advantage. 6, 9.
Wow.
You don't gain much more than you had. You get that they act kindly. They offer advice. Pretty much everything you already knew, but you don't gain any additional insight into sort of like maybe whether they have sort of like a secret handshake or something, right? You don't gather anything like that, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, shit.
All right. AK, would you please make for me? Let's see. You are gathering stuff. So would you please make for me? Let's do a perception check with advantage to see if you can find places where these sort of materials are kind of hidden. Maybe you can grab one. So make for me a perception check. Oh yeah, you find pretty much everything you need. Then make for me a thievery check too. Just roll thievery for me. No advantage. 16. Yeah, you make off. You gather up. So as you're walking, you see some general workmen going around, and maybe they're having lunch. Their tools left behind. You grab, a scraper here, a bucket there. You get all of the general stuff you need to make it look like you, Ash, and Jahal have you have the tool belts and stuff that would indicate that you're there to work. Also, you find a ladder. You rolled 16. Yeah, you find a ladder. You get that all hauled away. Where do you want to store all this stuff? You want to take it to Lys? You want to try to take it back to the Ornery Chul? You want to try to stash it next to the temple complex? Where do you want to
go? I want to try and stash it next to the temple complex because we don't want any of this stolen merchandise being found at Lys's place.
Okay. So as your DM, I'm going to advise against that. There is a high storm coming. Some of it might blow away.
Oh, that's true. That's true. There's not really a place we can keep it at the inn.
Nothing you have carried, by the way, would be like suspicious for a person to have. None of it's like brand, like the scrapers don't say property of Ben on them, right?
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. If that's the case, then I mean, we could ask Lys if she's willing to hold it.
Lys would hold it for you.
Okay.
So you've stored the requisite supplies, and Lys has indicated that by the time you're ready for your heist, she will have the workman's gear or the workman's uniform paired.
Perfect.
Is there anything else you would like to do to attempt to prepare for this?
I mean, if I'm done, I might as well go join Asha, see what I can learn.
Okay. I would say that this sort of adventure has taken you most of the day. So I would probably point out that as you finish your job, you're going to go back to the Ornery Chul, and Ash is going to be there. Okay. The schedule for the high storm has come. Mid-morning, or not mid-morning, about afternoon tomorrow will be when it hits. It's about 4 hours, so you could go and do some work probably at dusk, early evening, if that is something you would like to try. But you will also have the morning in which you can do more things if there's something else you would like to try to do. So,
okay.
You all I'm assuming you're going to eat and then retire for the evening, correct?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
All right. So you guys go through this song and dance. You wake up in the morning. You're a little nervous. You eat your breakfast. Your stomach's in a little bit of knots. And if there's anything you guys think of you want to try now to assist yourselves in this endeavor, now is the time to ask about it, to do it. The war camps are sort of in kind of a lockdown mode as they're getting ready for the high storm.
The only thing I really kind of thought of was a rope ladder that we could toss over the wall, like connect it to the outside of the wall so we could climb up the inside of the wall out. If that made sense.
No, I understand what you're talking about. Is this something you want to try to find or something you want to try to make?
You know what? Let's see if I can make it.
Okay. Scraps of wood and rope are fairly easy to come by. So if you want to roll for me a crafting check, go for it. 14? Yeah, you can make a rudimentary rope ladder. What I will say is it's not great, but it would ease your passage up the wall substantially. So, as your DM, what I'll say for this is there is a direct DC, there is a direct difficulty class for scaling the wall. This would lower the difficulty class. So you'd still have to roll, but
yeah. So the other thing I thought about, sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, go for it.
Would she be able to lend us one of her people to stay at the wagon outside? So, like, if we get to the wall and we were to do like a call, they could throw the ladder up over to us?
So Liz has not indicated that she has any other people working for her.
Okay.
You've only ever spoke to her. The bakery is relatively... Yeah?
Jahal.
Oh, you want to leave Jahal outside? Okay. Yeah, he can do that.
And then he can pretend he's like working on the wall, or he can actually work on the wall. I mean, you know what I mean? And then me and Zeno can go in, and then if we find our Herald, then we could potentially use the ladder to get out if we needed to, or we can try to go out the front door. I mean, either way, both of them would work, I guess. So
okay. No, Jahal says he's down for that. He'll stay behind. He'll patch a few holes in the wall if it helps the plan. He's not very sneaky, so.
Yeah.
So he's perfectly fine with that.
What do you think, Mr. AK? We got kind of a backup plan to use the rope ladder if we don't think we can get to the front door.
Yeah, I think we got it covered. I think we're ready to go. We just need the storm to pass and
okay, so
run with it.
Just so I as the DM understand what's going on. Mm-hmm. All three of you are gonna dress up in workman's smock, take the gear, go to the wall. You, AK or Zeno and Asha are gonna climb the wall, go to the other side. You're gonna leave Jahal behind as a workman. And you're gonna take the rope ladder with you, or you're gonna leave it with Jahal and he's gonna throw it over when you're ready.
Leave it with him.
Okay.
Leave it with him and throw it over when we're ready if we have to, if we call for it or whatever.
Okay. That should be that's perfectly fine. And then you're going to go into the temple complex, and then you're going to go from there with this heist.
Yes.
Okay. Asher rolled something to do some. AK, is there anything else you want to try to do? You can make it. You can make another roll, another crafting check. You can try to do something if you would like to. If there's anything you can think of, we can give it a shot before the storm hits.
Have we made fake papers for the work to be done, and in like orders for the work to be done on the outside of the wall? That way, Jahal has something to present.
So, as I'll jump in as a DM here, I doubt anybody is going to question somebody doing some work as long as he looks the part. I will make Jahal roll like a stealth check or like a deception check. But considering the amount of effort you've put in and the rolls you've gotten to procure this stuff, it would be really low. He'd pretty much have to roll a natural 1 to fail. So if you want to try to forge some orders, that would be fine. But
okay, yeah. Probably didn't. I don't guess we need it.
Okay.
I don't guess we need it.
Anything else, AK?
I will have pockets. I will be able to take Poe with me.
Yep. Poe can go with you.
Okay. We've hidden our weapons somewhere. Left them in. Left.
You're gonna have to go to Liss's bakery to drop your stuff off and to dress as workmen and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Then yeah, I think that's probably it for me.
Okay. All right. So you guys, yes, Mask.
So that's it for me.
Okay. Jahal's down. So you guys eat your breakfast. You finish your planning. You sort of gather into a storm shelter. Ash, while you're in the storm shelter, you spend this time crafting your rope ladder. About 4 hours pass. 4 hours pass. The storm subsides. People start filtering out. You step out. It's about 4:45-ish in the afternoon now. The sun is still, kind of up in the sky. You're getting into that afternoon, late afternoon, early evening time. Are you gonna head out?
And it is early evening now, or late afternoon.
Yeah, late afternoon. Early.
Yeah.
You're looking at about 5 p.m. ish, something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. To me, we can go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys head to Liss's oven or bakery. She is not there, but when you enter the back room, all of your supplies, along with 3 uniforms for workmen, are there. You leave anything suspicious behind. So the majority of your weapons, I'm not going to take them off your character or anything like that, but the majority of your weapons and your armor are going to be left behind there, because that's going to be something that would give you away. Your anything that is small and concealable, so a dagger, pretty much a dagger. I think that's all that you have. Let me look at what everybody has. I think
I have a side sword, but I mean, I feel like that would be too big.
That'd be too big. Yep. So your armor, anything larger than a dagger is left behind. I'm not going to take it off your character, but we're gonna have to know you don't have those.
Yep.
You dress in sort of workman smock. They're kind of like a large poncho almost. They cover the majority of your upper torso. They're a little stained from, look like they've been worked. You gather up the materials. Jahal carries the ladder, a couple of the pails. You guys grab the scrapers, and you head out from Liss's Bakery and make your way to the temple complex. I need every single one of you to roll for me a stealth check.
Can I stand next to a Parashindi woman to roll it?
You can, if you want to say that you find a parishman, and stand next to him while you roll your stealth check, go for it. You're standing next. You roll your stealth check next to a parishman. Okay, you all are fine. Dressed as you are, you guys. Nobody pays any attention to you. You guys are headed out. As far as they're concerned, every single one of you is a work.
That is good fantastic.
We're gonna need to get you a pocket Parashendi, just so that you can roll well. So you know,
it's gonna be a female though.
Yeah. Okay. You guys easily walk up, and I mean, there's some other workmen going around cleaning up, things like that. It's actually, the closer you get to the temple complex, it's kind of oddly quiet. Like there's not a lot of activity going on around there. Most of the soldiers are, you don't see them. Either they're out working or they're still hunkering down from the high storm. It is still drizzling a little bit, but the storm is over for the most part. You guys, then you said you wanted to go over to this wall over here, right? The top wall?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Closer to the temple, or closer to the, okay, so you guys kind of want to go like right over here.
Yeah, essentially where the bush is there.
Okay. So you guys go up to the temple, and there's some cracks in it. The storm did hit it a little bit. I'm going to erase this since you guys are there. You guys set up your ladder on the wall. You have Krem is easy to come by this close to the storm, right? It kind of pooling on the road. You've scooped some up into the buckets, right? So you climb up on, Jahal climbs up onto the ladder and starts working while you guys kind of get everything set up. And then he climbs back down, and you two climb up the ladder and go over the top.
Yes.
Okay. You guys look around. Again, nobody's really paying any attention to you at this moment. Is at this point in time that I am going to make a single roll for Jahal.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys climb up, looking around. One of you slips over the top of the ledge, and the other slips over the top of the ledge, top of the wall. And you fall down the sort of eight-ish feet to the bottom, and you are currently inside the temple complex. You are kind of right about here. You look around, the temple next to you, everything is damp from the storm. The housing complex next to you has some small utilitarian windows, more for airflow than for view, as it would peek out directly at the wall. There are no windows kind of on the bottom floor of the temple, but on the upper floors there are. And now, I need you all to roll for me another stealth. Well, okay, hold on. I don't want to do that yet. What would you two like to do?
perception check to see if there are people and where the doors are.
Okay, so roll for me a perception check, Zeno. No parascendi needed. You look around and you don't, there's nobody walking around. I will say, for your opportunity, as you're looking around, you do see a couple of ardent robes hanging out one of the windows.
Perfect.
Sort of dry. That's gonna be your opportunity. That's your natural 20.
Perfect. Let's grab them.
Okay. So you go grab them. They're a little damp, and they look like they've been sort of freshly washed, and they've been hanging out the window. Somebody hung them out the window recently to sort of dry them off in the breeze, but they hung them out a little too early, so they're a little damp. But you guys quickly doffed your workman's smocks and hide them in the bushes, and you put on these robes. They're a little... So, Zeno, they're a little big on you, and Asha, they're a little small on you. But they're serviceable.
Why can't we just switch then?
Because they're the same size.
Oh,
you can switch. Yeah, you guys can go ahead and switch. They're still too big on you.
Without sounding like terrible, but it's like having a Viking and a Chinese guy standing next to each other.
Yeah, it's your Shin people tend to be a little bit on the shorter, smaller side, and Alethi tend to be taller and a little bit skinnier, right? So
yep,
the robes are they're a robe from the same Arden, so they're both robes are the same size, but you, Zeno, are a little yeah. I should have just said yeah. Go ahead and switch. There's still I did anyways. I should have just rolled with it. Anyways, so you guys are now currently standing about here. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you are currently dressed as Ardents. Asha has given you, Zeno, a little bit of a rundown on their sort of general behavior, but you guys have nothing overly specific.
Okay.
So you are looking around. You do see some doors. Give me 1 second to see here. So this little offshoot right here on the monastery is a staircase leading up to a doorway. Peeking around this housing building, you can see that there is a doorway to the temple right here, but you cannot see any other entrances or exits. There's a small wall, there's a small garden wall here, and there's a gate there for that garden wall. But that's all that you can make out from behind this sort of housing building.
Okay, do we want to go through the housing building, see if we can see where our boy is? Maybe get a key?
They suspect he's in here. We'll need to find a key to release him.
Mm-hmm.
But we were told that if we wanted to find out exactly, we would have to search this. I would say we just go try to find him first.
Okay.
They were suspecting him in there, and it makes sense because if they think he's crazy, he's going to be locked up in the crazy place.
Okay.
Right.
So you want to go in? You want to go into the monastery first?
How big is that building? How big is that monastery?
So if you look at the size of your character, right? So let me put Jahal there. If you look at the size, your character is 5 foot square. That's how big the building is.
Okay,
And
well, it's not that big then.
I can tell you that it's a relatively large building. There is an interior map for it, and it's a relatively large building.
Okay.
Monastery, I think, would be the best place to go first.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So you want to go in through this door right here?
Is that's the only door we can see, right?
That's the only door you can see, yes. Okay.
So yes.
Then let me...
We walked into the Chasm Fiend pit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you step in, fall through the door, and 10 Chasm Fiends.
You used the Charlie Brown falling sound.
Here's what I'm going to do. Okay. I have Ash first, Xeno second, if that's fine. If not, I can switch them.
Yep. Nope, that works.
Okay.
For me,
You
anyway.
push open the door and you see a long hallway before you, and you see a large number of doors lining the hallway.
Oh, that's a lot of fucking doors.
Holy crap, it's like a Harry Potter tent. That's a lot bigger than it looks outside.
That was awesome.
You guys step in and close the door behind you. You are now currently inside the monastery. Now, as you enter, it is...
I would presume
it is...
those are shut doors, right?
Yes, they're shut. As you enter, it is pitch black. There's no lights. There's no candles on the wall. There is no place to put candles. There's no place to put spheres for stormlight. It is pitch black.
I meant to ask. I'm going to ask you a quick question about that.
Before
the friend that's been following me around, I'm assuming she's still with me.
Yes.
Does she glow for me?
I mean,
would she put off light for me to see? I know that other people can't see her.
She does appear slightly luminescent, but it doesn't illuminate anything.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
I do want to point out that all of you do have spheres you can use for light if you wish to see.
I was going to do that, but I was trying to be creative, even more creative than I needed to be apparently.
No, I'm just pointing out that it's a great question, and it's always good to ask. I'm just pointing out that you would know that spheres give off light. Like I try not to tell you things if they're not obvious, but your character would be well aware that.
Yep. So then obviously pull out like 2 or 3 of them just to illuminate in front of us.
One of them would give you like enough light to see like 5-10 feet.
Okay, that's fine.
So they basically work like a well, without some sort of directing thing, but they work basically like a little flashlight. So you have bright light to about 5, 10, maybe 15 feet, and then you have dim light beyond that.
Okay.
So you can now see down the corridor, you can see the doors, and at the end of the hall here, there is another door.
Okay.
Also, you can see that there is another hallway right here. But there's a hallway leading down. No door on it, it just leads down.
There's a lot of doors. Do the doors have windows on them?
Nope, they are all solid wood.
Can we? I guess we would want to do like a perception check to hear if we can hear someone talking or
Roll for
mumbling.
me. Roll for me a perception check. It's very quiet. You do occasionally hear, some grunts, maybe some moans of pain, but if what you're listening for is the speech that Talon was giving in the
yes,
you don't hear anything like that.
There we go. Okay.
Wonder if we could walk up to each door and just speak his name through the door.
Well, he's not going to respond other than.
Or I wonder if Poe has any idea now that we're closer.
Pull her out and ask.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to do that. Pull Poe out and say, he's behind one of these doors. Do you have any idea how close we are or anything?
I thought I had a character sheet for her. I do.
Ooh.
Oh. Well, then, let me... Where is this skill? I guess it's just a D20 roll. Okay, fine. Okay. You pull her out and then you ask her this question. And in the sort of gravelly tone she has, she says, "He is in this building."
Do you know which room? Near, far, anything that can lead us to him?
He's in the building.
Thanks.
I just saw AK's face when he settled again.
You say thanks. She says, "You're welcome."
All I can think of is like Disney movies when they do something, say something stupid, and the other character just sort of like, mother.
Yep.
God, right. I'm sorry. I haven't gotten a lot of sleep recently.
No, you're good, dude. You're good. You're good. I'm glad we're having fun. Okay.
All right.
How do you guys want to manage this?
I do believe we should check this hallway, because hallways make me nervous as F in any situation in any kind of D&D and video game world. I want to know what's down that hallway before we continue on.
Yeah, okay. Agreed.
So, yep. Move, so go right up to the edge there, and jeez.
You see another hallway. There are more doors down the hallway, but there are less doors.
Okay, so we passed by a door on the left and didn't check anything about it. We didn't even say Tal's name.
Nope.
No.
Do you want to go check it?
I mean, yeah, if you want to backtrack and check it, go for it. I hallways make me nervous, dude.
I mean, I hate to open it and then find myself in a fight with somebody. I just want to just speak his name at the door and see if he starts mumbling or responds or anything.
Okay, so you walk up in front of this door and you
Okay. Actually, Poe said that he would talk to her.
Yeah.
I wonder if I shouldn't be having her say his name.
Okay, so you keep pull out, and you have her say the name to the door.
Yes.
Okay. So you hold her up to the door and ask if she can say the Herald's name. She does. Roll for me a perception check.
Ooh.
You hold her up. She says the name Talenat. And you press your ear to the door, and you hear some murmurs through the door, but they're not his speech. They're not the speech he gave in the wagon. The tone of voice sounds a little different. It's not quite so deep, not quite so resonant. You're fairly certain he's not in that room.
Okay. Then I want to move back up with Ash.
Okay. Ash, roll for me a perception check as you look down this hallway. I'm putting you there so you can see, but I'm kind of guessing you're sort of peeking around the corner.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Hey!
19. Good roll. You look down and let me make sure what all of these doors are.
I'm assuming right where you left your mouse
Cursor.
is another hallway.
Yep, there's another hallway there.
And then one down at the very bottom, too.
There's one down at the very bottom, yes. You peek around the corner, and from this door right here, there's a door here.
Mm-hmm.
You see this door open, and an Ardent comes out, dressed as you are. He turns right and walks down towards the end of the hallway, and turns the corner and heads off into the dark. The door behind.
Did you leave the door open?
Nope, closed it behind.
Okay.
He was carrying a set of spheres, so he was glowing quite brightly. He didn't appear to notice you. I believe your stealth check was relatively high. Also, you're kind of peeking around the corner, and I'm assuming you're sort of hiding the light that you're carrying.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So you saw him. He did not see you, but he came out of this door here. Yes.
I'll let AK know that I saw somebody, but it didn't seem important.
I'm gonna
I guess
back you guys up a little bit, back around the corner.
I mean, obviously, if we have to do this to every door, we're gonna be here for a while.
You got an idea cooking?
I mean, I want to say one of us goes one way, the other one goes the other, and then we just try to like wrap around because I'm assuming it's based on the look of the design. Where we got this goes to about here.
It's gonna be a big square path in the hallway.
Yeah, and then it looks like there's one that's probably gonna go here to here, I would presume. So if you go down, and I'll go across, and then we'll just try to meet up in the lower corner down here.
As far as like in-game time goes, I'm going to point out it's probably been about like 5 minutes since you've entered the building.
Yep.
I'm not going this like real time because you guys need time to talk about stuff. So I'd say it's probably been about 5 or so minutes since you've came into the building. You walked in, checked around the corner, AK checked the door, and now you're kind of like discussing what to do. So.
Yep. I mean, we could hit every door, like knock, try to say his name, and then listen, and then move on. I mean, that's going to be, what would you say? Like at least 2-3 minutes per door?
Probably something like that. Probably at least 2 or 3 minutes per door. Yeah, that'd be about right.
16, 18, 20, 20. I mean, it's that'd be like a half hour stopping at each door across the board here. And that's assuming that these are cells for people and not administrating doors and stuff of that nature. You know what I mean? I would assume the cells would be the inside ones and the administration type stuff would be on the outside. That's just how my brain would
1 second.
work it, though.
1 second.
Yes, sir. Does that make sense to you, AK?
I don't know why there'd be so many administration doors.
Yeah, well, that's true. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I mean, if we stop at every door, it's going to be like a half hour per hallway, roughly. Which is a bit much.
You're fine.
Okay. You okay? Yeah. Hitting you again? Okay. Hate doing loosey-goosey, but we might have to. You want to go down or across? Do you want to stay together or do you want to split up? That would be my first question for you, AK.
Feel like we need to stay together.
Okay. So do you want to go across and then down and then back across and then up? Or do you want to? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go and we're going to. That would reduce time because we could both each take a door on the hallway. So, like, if you do the top doors, I'll do the bottom doors. And then when we get to a point where there's no bottom door, I'll take the next top door type thing, I guess.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. So AK is going to check the top door. I'm going to check the bottom door.
Okay.
And, knock, say the guy's name, and then I guess a perception check.
Okay. AK. Are you using Poe for this, or are you doing it? Okay. So, Mask, what are you doing? Are you sort of like, are you calling out? Are you whispering? Like what tone of voice are you using for this?
I mean, you said it's a pretty heavy wooden door, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it would have to be loud enough so that the person inside could hear me talking to them through the door.
Okay.
However loud that would have to be.
All right. I need you both then to roll for me an additional stealth check.
Oops.
I'm going to do it for the remainder.
Check.
Do this for the remainder of the hallway. Right? Okay.
Yay.
Okay. So I need you. Okay, so I need both of you to roll for me a perception check, then, please. A set of doors.
Yes, love.
I can't remember if I saw the dog inside the house or not.
I'll get him real quick. 2 seconds, gotta let the dog in.
Not a problem. We have perception checks. I'll wait till you guys get back, or you get back. All right.
And this is why we should have gone for the records first.
Yeah, well, All right, I'm back.
You still can. You don't. The door isn't locked behind you. You can leave.
I feel like this is going to take way too long if we keep checking each door.
So we'll finish doing these 2 doors, see what happens from these 2 doors, and then you want to go for the tower?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ash, your perception check is quite high. You hear some mumbling coming through there, but it's not the same tone of voice as you remember from.
Okay.
Zeno, you hear nothing. You hear nothing. So the room could be empty, or maybe you just couldn't hear through the door.
Okay.
So look at each other and say, "This is going to take forever. Let's see if we can find where he's being housed."
Okay, so you guys leave?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will switch us back to the big map. And
I didn't think there
Jahal,
was going to be that many doors.
Jahal is out here, and you guys are. I'm going to put you back over. Okay. So you guys find yourself outside behind the housing complex again, having realized the immensity of the task at hand. You decide to try to locate his position within the monastery. There are a number of places you can look. You can look in the housing complex to see if there's some sort of like more personal entry. You can go look in the temple, in the records hall. You can go to the training complex and see if there's something in there. It is up to you.
Let's split up.
Okay.
I'll take the housing complex.
I'll go to the temple, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep your hood up.
So I'm going to put you here, and I'm going to put you walk around the building and go here. So the entrance to the housing complex is right here, and the entrance to the temple is there. AK, you step into the housing complex, and you find a hallway going straight in, and then it runs the entire length left to right of the housing complex. There are other Ardents in here. This is where they are housed during the high storm. I need for you to roll for me a deception check. Okay. You walk in. You walk in, step into the hallway, and as you look around, one of the Ardents kind of looks up at you, and he looks at you funny.
So he's just standing in the hallway? He's not in his room?
No, he's well, the storm is over. People are starting to move about again.
Okay.
So you meet one out in the hallway. He kind of looks at you funny and says, "Wasn't aware we had a Shin here. Who's your owner?" You would know that Ardents are property of the current Bright Lord of Ardents are property, and they're owned by the Bright Lord of the kingdom they exist in.
Oh.
This is something that Asha would have explained.
Can I input something for him?
What?
Can I input something that, like, if in case something like this would happen, he would fall back on?
Roll for me a lore check, Mask. Roll for me a lore check.
Of course.
Of course.
Damn it.
Roll for me.
So,
roll for me a lore check, Zeno. $15, $19, nice. So you are aware that you are in the Colon war camp, and that the Ardents here would be owned by Dalinar Colon.
Okay, well, that's what I tell him then.
So you are aware of this. You're also aware that they would know the Ardents he owns.
Oh.
So don't. So that's why, wait. The other Bright Lord names that you have heard are Sidious. And I believe there was one other one I sent you to. Didn't I? Did I send you to another one?
Armor.
So Amaram is a High Lord under Bright Lord Sidious, but he would own Ardent. So you could tell him either Sidious or Amaram. With your lore check.
Technically,
what's that?
Would the Bright Eyes actually, would she have her own Ardent too?
She would be too low levels for that, most likely.
Too low, yeah. I was gonna say, because I remember you saying she wasn't exactly.
Yeah. You're well aware that with that lore check, you'll be well aware that Dalinar Kholin and Sidious do not get along. So saying the name Sidious might have you questioned as to what your purpose there is.
I'll say the other one's the one we most recently spoke to, right? Armoire, whatever his name is.
Amaram.
Yeah. The one that
Okay.
you didn't have a good vibe from, but
yeah,
you told me to be the one that talks to him.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say his name.
Okay, roll for me a deception check.
You can't even say his name.
I'm in the 6.
Oh fuck. I jinxed this. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna.
God damn.
Oh, I see. Well, it is wonderful to meet you. Quite exciting news that has happened recently over there, yes?
He's fishing.
Fishing, yeah. I've been far too busy to keep up with current events.
Oh. What have you been busy with?
Am I required to answer his questions?
No, you don't have to answer his questions.
Then what I'm going to say is my owner's business.
See. He nods his head to you and he walks past you and out the building.
Okay.
He also says good day because he is polite, unlike some Ardents.
You have yourself a lovely day.
You wanting me to respond to him? Good day.
No, he left. He left.
Oh, okay. Well,
He got.
okay. So there I am standing in the hallway.
Yep.
I guess I need to do some kind of check to look around to see if I can tell where there might be some records or keys or anything.
Roll for me. Yeah, roll for me a perception check.
Oops, not deception. Perception. I just don't believe my rolls.
Hold on. All right, hold on. I want you to imagine there's a Parashendi woman next to you. Roll the perception check again. This is a test.
That's awesome.
A parishment woman comes out of one of the rooms. Roll another perception check.
Oh my god. You gotta promise me to leave that in the video.
Stay it in. Oh my god, AK. Oh my god. It's true. It's true.
That is.
Oh my god. I'm going with the second one. I don't care. It's hilarious. You see that the parish woman had exited out of what looks to be a small kind of like records room. That there's nobody inside of. Oh god, that's funny. With that, I'm gonna assume you enter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with that we will swap over to Asha. Oh hell, that's amazing. I love it. All right, one of your main goals is going to have to be to buy a parish woman so that you can roll well. All right, Asha, you enter the temple complex. Let me focus up here. Okay, you enter the temple complex and it is empty.
Okay.
It is. There's nobody in it. This close to a high storm, there wouldn't have been anybody in there. Let me see if I have a image. That I can find here for you. Okay, I don't see one. So as you walk in, it's a large round room, obviously. And there are reliefs carved into the walls that you recognize as the Heralds. There are no seats, but there are spots to sort of stand in front of each of these heralds, which you would know that people will go pray to particular heralds. Roll for me a perception check as you sort of search through this temple. 18, 23, nice. So you have the run of this place. No one has come in here. People are cleaning up from the high storm. This is a place of worship, and now is a time of work. You slip through the temple relatively quickly, and opening doors, nothing is locked. You find a small office kind of on like the second floor with a ledger on the table. And as you go through the ledger, it does indicate, you would know roughly the day you arrived here. And it does indicate that a madman arrived the day you arrived, which you assume would be your herald. And that he was housed in the top part of the monastery. So in the hallway that you had entered, he would be on the upper portion of the doors.
So he would be like.
So if I move us
along
back,
that stretch.
Let me move us back to here quick. Oops, that's the wrong one. So if I move us back into here, no, I want both of you. He is in one of the top doors.
Okay. It doesn't say which?
It doesn't say exactly which, but he was housed in, I believe I said that's the eastern part of the monastery complex. It doesn't say exactly which one, but that he was housed in the eastern part of the complex.
So, like the last 4 doors, maybe? Okay.
All right.
The eastern part of that. Okay.
Yeah, so
just
that,
trying to remember.
Yeah, head. See, the guard post here, I believe, is I said was to the north, and this is the east. So
yeah,
he is on this side of the building.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. AK, you go into this small records hall, and you look through it. The Parashendi woman has left, and you feel empty inside for some reason you can't understand. Roll for me a perception check as you sort of look through this office.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. You rolled high. You look through these things, and as you rolled high, what had happened was the Parashendi woman had stopped at the door to ask if you needed help. Because the only way you can roll high is if there's a Parashendi around. No, I'm just teasing. You go through this small little records hall, and you don't find a location, but you do find a set of keys that is labeled for cells.
Okay.
So you find no information about the location of your madman / Herald, but you do find a set of keys that has been indicated to open up cell doors in the monastery.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
So would you two like to reconvene behind the housing complex?
Yes.
Okay. You two then gather up. I'd say maybe like 10, 15 minutes have passed.
Okay.
I would assume that you two also share what you found.
Yes.
Zeno, do you inform Asha that you had a run-in with a Ardent?
Yes.
Okay. So Zeno informs you, Asha, that he had a run-in with an Ardent, and the Ardent didn't exactly seem super happy with him.
Got you.
Okay. What would you two like to do now?
Go checking them doors.
Checking them doors. Okay.
Checking them doors.
So you guys make your way back into the monastery.
Yes.
So you have been informed, Asha, through records, that one of these top doors,
Yep.
is the one that houses the Herald.
Yes.
This door was checked, and it was found to be lacking a Herald. This door was checked, and Zeno heard nothing either way. So.
That's right. Yes. Thanks. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
So we were fairly sure of the very first door. Second one is questionable because of she didn't hear nothing. So maybe do another check on that door. I'll do the next door over.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to do checks, or do you want to use the keys to try to open the doors?
Oh.
Because Zeno found keys, so you can try to use them.
Okay. So is this a situation where if we open the door, is there any way that whoever's inside can get out?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Then I don't know about opening all these doors because we don't know what kind of lunatics are in here.
It could be just sick people too, though. So
I suppose.
would the ledger have stated, like, sick people are kept to the northeast, or
you
like
would have been
indicated
indicated that the housing that the Herald was placed in, or that the supposed Herald was placed in, was a housing for people with mental infirmaries, where the mental
So
patients
it would be, yeah. So the other patients would probably be the
have
same,
some form of mental illness. Yes.
Okay.
Are we able to unlock it and just crack it open a little bit and peek inside and see who it is,
Yeah.
and then close it?
Yeah. You can
Because
try
I
that.
just don't want to be. I don't want to be getting into a fight every time we open this door up.
Okay. So you want to push up to this second door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you want to try to crack it open?
Yeah, just a crack.
Okay.
Real quiet, like.
Roll for me a stealth check, AK Xeno, as you kind of crack this door and peek inside.
Crack that door open. Oh,
17, nice. You push the door, you put the key in the door and turn it, and it opens. You peek inside and you see a small man sort of curled up on the bed. He appears to be sleeping. Before you shut the door behind him. This was not the Herald.
Okay. Did I lock the door back up?
Do you want to lock the door back up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you lock the door back up. Do you wish to continue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you checking only the doors? I'm just gonna say north. Only the doors on top, or are you checking all the doors?
Just the doors on top.
Okay, so you go to this one.
Mm-hmm.
You do the same test. You push it open, and there is no one in this one.
Okay.
You continue further on, and you open this one, and inside is a woman, and she doesn't appear to notice you open the door, but it looks like she's been pulling out her hair.
No, when I was. Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
Nope, you're fine.
The wife showed up with food, so I was like,
No, fair enough. You continue down the line. And as you go, you continue on down the line, checking every door on the way. It goes quick now that you have a key and you can open the door. Every single one is empty or doesn't contain the Herald that you're looking for until you get to this door. You open this door. As you peek in, you see the man you're looking for.
Yeah.
He is sitting in the corner. He's not on the bed here. He's sitting in this corner, back to the wall. And now that the door is open, you can hear him mumbling the same speech that he was saying in the wagon. We must prepare. You will have forgotten much. Over and over.
So I'm going to pull Poe out of my pocket and say, "Here he is."
Wahoo
Talk
looks
to
up.
him.
Do you go into the cell?
A step in, yeah.
Okay. Ash, do you follow him?
yeah.
So you both go in. You close the door behind you?
Lightly, like not fully, but so if someone's not paying attention, they wouldn't see that it's open.
Okay, so you close it and leave it sort of cracked.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. You approach this. This man is massive, by the way.
Yes, I recall.
You were saying he was like
he's a very very large man. And he is just sort of staring off into nothing, repeating the same sort of mantra that he said earlier in the cart. AK, as you reach into your pocket and pull out Poe,
the rock.
You hold, the can he smell what the rock is cooking? You hold Poahu out to him, and you see his speech falters. And for the first time since you've seen this man, he stops talking. A light kind of flickers in his eyes, and his head turns to focus on the spren in your hand. And in a deep, gravelly voice, tinged with wonder, "A peak spren? Do Ishar's knights survive?" He looks up at you, AK. "Is there hope for this desolation?"
I mean, I look at Poe. I'm waiting for Poe to talk to him.
He talked to us. That's she already did her job. He's talking to us.
Oh, okay. Is there hope? Yes, there's hope.
You almost see him relax. Hope.
We were going to ask him if he knew how to find his own weapon, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah. I was just sitting here thinking about that.
What would you like that?
Where is your honor blade?
You see his shoulders tense again. It's not here. He looks past you. I can feel it. It's as if I can reach out. He holds his hand up and draw it through the mists, but it won't heed my call. It is in a rift, in a sheltered city. Yes, I know it. The city of Rath Alathar.
So it's not even here in the monastery.
For those of you who might be typing, RATHALATHAR. Rath Alathar.
That's a name. Thank you.
So a sheltered city within a rift, a city called Rath Alathar. You say, so it's not even here. No, it's not here.
So the bandits did get the right one. Unless they moved it on from here.
He's going to be difficult to control if we get him out of here.
Uh-oh. We got to get him out first.
Yeah, well, I mean, Shouldn't be a problem.
He's a big man, so if we didn't fit the clothing right, him in the clothing is not gonna.
Well, it's true. And we brought a ladder, not a wagon, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. The idea is he throws the rope ladder over and we climb up the ladder. There's no way we're getting out in front with him.
Well, we're under the cover
Not
of
in
night.
an Arden outfit. Not in an Arden outfit, anyway.
I'd probably say it's been about an hour, so it's probably getting about 6:30ish.
So it's still dusk.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
So I'd say we do the ladder personally and get the hell out of here. We can figure all that stuff out afterwards.
Well, then we're outside the wall and he's sticking out like a sore thumb.
Well, better outside the wall than inside the wall, sticking out like a sore thumb. Out of the cell.
Okay, I look at him and say, we can get you out of here and we can help you get your honor blade back. Will you stay with us?
Get the blade back. See it. I don't know if I can wield it anymore. As I am now.
Do you want to get out of here?
Oh, good question.
Is he going to answer me?
I am Talon and Ellen, Herald of War.
Oh, no.
The time of return, the desolation is near at hand. His eyes dim again, and he slumps back against the wall. We must prepare. You will have forgotten much. Following the destruction.
But what's happening? Why isn't he talking anymore to us? Have the words been spoken?
When you say the words, have the words been spoken? Talon lunges at you, Zeno.
What?
And he grabs you by the shoulders and pushes you against the wall. Say the words. Speak the oaths. Save this world.
What are the words? What are the oaths?
Cherish life. Be strong. Your path matters more than your destination. And with that, he lets you go and slumps back into the corner and falls back into his mantra.
Well, I mean, I'm going to repeat what he said while looking at Ash.
A lore check, AK.
A lore check.
You need a Parishman ally. Zeno or Asha, roll for me a lore check as well. Okay, you can tell him you remember.
I'm gonna look over at him and be like, the statue. Life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination.
Okay, so do I need to repeat that?
Do you repeat that?
Yes, I repeat that.
You repeat this, and as you do, the tension leaves Alan one more time, and you see Poahu kind of stand a little straighter, and you feel a surge of energy flood into you, AK, as he sort of bursts. His skin kind of starts to glow in this pitch black cell as you have formed your radiant bond with Oahu.
Whoop, whoop.
And
no idea what
Welcome
that
to the
means.
Power Ranger. Welcome to the Power Rangers.
Talon looks at you and he gives a almost peaceful smile. Hope does exist. You both carry it. And as the glow from your skin fades, he lapses back into his mantra, his eyes going dim.
Okay, so real quick,
Yep.
where were those? Where did Ash hear those words?
I read them from the statue to him when we used in the carriage.
In our first session, you went to a radiant shrine, and on the statue there was the glyphs that read out the words life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination.
Okay.
Ash wrote those words down, and he read them out loud to Talon in the wagon when he on our second or third session, I believe. Second session.
Yeah, I think it was. It might have been the third, but yeah, it was one of those two.
So his choices have led him down the path of he said the first. So the life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination is the first oath of the Knights Radiant. I will send you more information on this. I sent some to Sniper, and I sent some to Mask previously. You will get a wall of text from me tonight or tomorrow, AK, on what's going on. So
okay.
Also, your next level, you will not get a choice of what to take because you get it now.
Okay.
If you look at your character sheet, you have a new thing.
Stone Ward.
Would be
That
right
is-
underneath your.
This is going to be a thing. I have you are not built as a stone sword.
Do what now?
Your character is not built as a stone sword. I tried so hard to make you a light weaver, but I couldn't do it. You are too much of a stone sword. So you get Poahu as opposed to a cryptic.
Basically, the choices we've been making, like,
Yep.
when every time we've got into a fight, you've talked us way out.
Yep.
You've always tried to talk.
So
because of that, your tree has been shifted to whatever.
So I'll read you the thing because let me grab Stone's Ward here. So given what I knew about you two, and I knew you two fairly well, I picked about 3 or 4 different radiant paths for each of you. And the way you have been acting has led you to having these particular choices. So, for instance, a Stone's Ward is be the support on which others can depend. So you have tried to resolve things. You have tried to be a sort of a pillar of support primarily. Poahu herself has certain attributes she goes towards. If I find them in the book, which I can, she, let me see if I can't get it here, because I don't know them exactly off the top of my head. Where are you?
Like I said, welcome to being a Power Ranger.
Yeah, you're basically a Power Ranger now. Where is... Oh, wait, no, she doesn't come to life until here. And that's when I need to start role-playing her. There is a list. She likes people who are, like, gregarious and friendly and like to compete. Right? So you've been very much, let's talk things out, let's try to be peaceful, let's... Right, you've also been...
Voice of reason.
Yeah, kind of a voice of reason. And that's... Stone's Ward are very dependable. They're very steady, very steadfast. And you have kind of picked the path and stuck to it. The problem is... So you will... I will leave you with a bunch of O's and stuff that you need to... I'll give you a bunch of information that you will need for your character. The problem is that Stone's Wards are not sneaky.
And yet,
well,
I have a lot of stealth.
Yep. So you're going to have a very interesting character. You can do a lot of really cool things. There's some really cool stuff in here for both of you, actually. But in general, so like Jahal's build, which is primarily like combative and things like that, that's a better build for a Stone's Ward. That's why I tried to get you into Lightweaver, but you don't lie. You don't lie enough to be a Lightweaver. So,
how dare you?
The primary thing that led you down this path was agreeing to take up Tazo's oath. So for reference, Poahu was Tazo's friend. Tazo was a budding Stone's Ward. And when he died, the bond broke, and because he wasn't there anymore. And then you chose to take up that mantle, and you have been behaving in a manner that appealed to Poe, and she has decided to bond with you as your spren. Like I said, I will send you a wall of text. I sent one to Mask, I sent one to Sniper. There's a lot of stuff you're going to have to think about, but we will get there.
Okay.
I think Stone's Ward will suit your personality quite well, AK. You can feel free to explore the talent tree later on. But for now, you have the first ideal sworn, and you gain a couple of things from that, but we will tackle that later. All right. You find yourselves, AK, something in you has shifted. You don't quite understand it yet. But you feel a much deeper bond with the former rock, Poahu, in your hand than you did before. She's no longer looking at Town, she's looking at you. And as Town says that hope has come to men, it resides in you two. The knights radiant live. He lapses back into his mantra and slumps against the wall and begins to speak the same thing over and over and over.
I think it's time we get out of here. I think we should leave him because I don't think he said he didn't really think he could be.
Yeah.
So we should probably get out. We did find out where his sword is, though.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Let's get out of here.
Okay, so you guys hurry out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to try the front door or do we want to do our ladder escape? Because honestly,
I think our ladder escape might be our best bet.
So you guys leave the
we'll see
building?
it. Yep.
Then I'm going to switch us back to this map.
I need to run the dishes back to the kitchen real quick. I'll be real quick.
Not a problem. Go for it. In point of fact, why don't we do 5 minutes because I could use a bathroom break too. So I will be right back. This will chop out the video. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, I am back. I called 5 minutes because I had to go to the bathroom. So.
Unfortunately, my child's in the bathroom, so I need to wait a few minutes so I can use the bathroom.
Well, I mean, you don't have to go into the bathroom, but it does have. You have to clean it up afterwards. Then.
Yeah. God, I wanted to post that fucking shirt to him so bad. No. I can actually show it to him now. Yay!
You can, yeah. I tried to get him to be a light weaver so bad, but he will not lie.
Yeah.
Light weavers can bend light and form like illusions.
Oh.
Which is very good for the build he has, but he's too dependable. You're just too.
Never been called that before.
You're just too dependable, AK. It's gonna there. Like honestly, there's some cool stuff he can do with it. Stone's Ward gets some interesting abilities. But, with that, is everybody ready to continue?
I am.
Okay.
I need a little bit more time. Personally.
Oh, no problem. Can you do a couple of rolls quick, or?
Yeah, I could do a couple rolls. I mean,
Okay.
she's still in the shower, so she needs to hurry her ass up, though.
Okay. I need you both to roll for me a stealth check as you're leaving.
Stealthy Wealthy. Give me that. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I still haven't found my Parashangi or whatever it is.
Your muse.
Yeah.
Okay. I need both of you two to roll for me a perception check.
Perception checks. Those I can do pretty good. Oh, look, I got a 19. What are you talking about?
All right. Wonderful. Okay, so as you guys come out of the building, just let me know when you need to go make your mask.
Yep.
As you two come out of the building, you both roll high enough to realize that there's a little bit of agitation going on. That there are some Ardents marching around the grounds, seemingly searching for something.
Close.
As you exit, Zeno seems to recognize this first, and he pushes you quickly around the building and kind of out of sight. As you push and vanish around the corner, Ardent, who had been walking over here, glances over and doesn't seem to see you, as Zeno rolled high enough to make up for your lack of stealth skills. Apparently there was also a Parascendi somewhere close by, so I'm gonna start doing that. Every time you roll high, there's gonna be a Parishman or a Parascendi around Zeno. It's too funny not to.
Just have
I
to.
can't believe it. Roll again. This time there's a Parascendi in the hallway. Rolls a freaking 23. Oh man, that's funny. Okay. Do you want to continue, Mask, or do you want to wait?
We can kind of continue. I can still hear the shower running, so.
Okay, like I said, just let me know.
Yeah.
So you guys have a couple of options to try to get out of here. As you said, you can try to go out the front door, or you can try to get back over the wall.
I think the wall, the quicker way.
Okay.
Yeah,
What do you think?
Yeah, I think the wall would be the better choice at this point.
Okay. Do you want to leave on the Ardent robes? Do you want to change back into the workman's smocks? Do you want to just take it off and try to not wear either of them? How do you want to try to do this?
I would say putting the workman's clothes smocks back on once we get to the bushes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to sort of rush over and go to the bushes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll for me another stealth check, both of you, as you get in these bushes and try to change clothes. Okay.
I would have rathered the other one, but that's okay. I'll take it.
Nice. You guys get into these bushes, and they're tall enough to kind of obscure you. You see a couple of Ardents and a few guards sort of rushing around the paths as you quickly get out of your Ardent robes and push them in the bushes and put the workman's smocks back on. Should probably get you a little deeper in there. Like that. With this, I'm going to roll with the stealth checks you have. You give the signal for Jahal to throw the ladder over?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jahal, you guys, you worked out some form of signal, like a bird call or a high sign of some kind.
Yep.
And you see a set of hands over the wall sort of drop this rope ladder down kind of in this corner where you had crawled over.
Yep.
I need both of you to roll for me an athletics check as you climb this sort of crafted rope ladder.
Jesus, that fucking came in fast.
I came swinging.
Oh, Jesus.
No. Okay.
Oh man.
As you both get on the ladder, and Asha goes first, and he scurries up and gets to the top of the wall. And as his fingers grab the lip, you, Zeno, jump up on the ladder as well. The problem was it wasn't crafted to have two people on it. So the complication is that the rope snaps, and you, Ash, are left with your fingers clinging to the top of the wall, and Zeno, you fall back down about 5 or 6 feet into the bushes.
Oh boy. You guys still there, or?
I'm still here.
I'm here.
All right, sorry. It was really quiet. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for you guys to decide what to do. Ash, roll for me another athletics check.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Your fingers slip on the wet stone, and you fall back into the bushes too.
I mean, is the rope, is it completely broken?
Yeah, it's
Where
broken
did
off. It's broken off like up at there's a little bit of stub sitting over the top, but not much.
Well, then we're going to have to use the front door.
Can I hoist him up to... Jahal's still on, like, essentially the ladder, right?
Yep.
Like the outside ladder?
Yep.
Can I hoist him up to Jahal?
So I want both of you to roll for me another stealth check then, as you have fallen, made a racket, and you got to try to, like, figure this out.
Of course.
As you are going to try to lift Zeno up, you see Jahal, like, throw his leg over the top of the wall and sit on it. And you see him hoist the ladder up from the other side and lower it down to you two.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. And as you both scramble up, behind you, you hear, "Hey, you!" And you turn and look, and there are guards rushing towards you as you guys jump over the top of the wall. All three of you leap from the top of the wall and land on the ground, and I would assume book it off into the camps.
Yes.
Okay. I think the technical term for it is hauling ass.
Yeah. Jesus.
Jesus. AK's he's chasing an imaginary percentage.
Yeah. You guys run off into the camp. I need you all to roll for me a stealth check to see if you can hide. There is, Zeno, there is a Parashendi woman somewhere next to you in the alleyway, just so we're aware.
Fuck. God damn it.
18. Let me roll Jahal stealth too. Okay. Both Zeno and Jahal rolled high enough to cover up for Ash. You guys run off. You shed your smocks as you get out of sight. There are soldiers following, but you find an alleyway. You kind of duck into it. You're not wearing the workman's smocks. Jahal pulls out like some dice. So you guys like sit down in the alleyway and start like tossing dice around. And as you see a number of soldiers run through, they look at you, and then keep running, right? They just assume you've been playing dice in the alley.
Okay.
You wait you wait a little bit for the commotion to die down.
She
And
just
then-
got out. I can still hear you guys, so if you just want to keep talking, I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, I'm just going to say we're going back to lists, so go ahead and go to the bathroom.
All right.
So you guys wait for the commotion to die down. You then sort of like pack up, dust yourselves off, and you work your way back toward Liss's bakery. And it's now about 7-ish, right? It's now starting to get into the point where it'd be evening, sundown. And you get back into Liss's bakery. She is there. She is mixing up some ingredients for the bread she has to bake tomorrow morning. And as you walk in, she looks up, and we'll wait for Mask to get back before I continue with that thought.
Alrighty.
So, how was your first heist? There's Xena.
That was fun. That was fun. I can see where it can go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yep. I rolled for Jahal to make a deduction test to see if he thought of hauling the ladder over, and he passed. So
thank goodness for that. That was about to get super, super ugly.
Yep. It was gonna be fun either way. It worked out good. If you want to, here, I can show you, because this map is, there must have been like way more to this map than where's the fog of war?
Oh my God. Holy mackerel. That is huge.
Yep. You technically could have found everything you needed in here. This is a records room here. These are all like sick people quarters. This is ardent quarters. There's a bathroom over here I was hoping you'd go look in.
Why were you hoping we'd look in that?
Why? Because it would have been funny. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that you didn't explore. Saved yourself a lot of. When you guys said, "Oh well, we'll explore all the," one of us can go south. The other, I'm like, you guys don't want to do that.
Yeah, no kidding. Golly.
There would have been a naked Parashendi going to the bathroom on him.
Yeah, there would have had to have been.
I'm back, by the way. So, oh, geez. Yeah.
I was showing... this map only gets used once. You could have found everything you needed in here. As I said, this is a records hall right here.
Yep.
But
that would have been the... Oh, wow.
Yep. Yeah. So you could have found everything in here if you really wanted to explore it. But that would have been very complicated, especially after a storm when everybody would have been hunkered down. So... Yeah, like I was telling AK, when one of you was like, when Mask was like, well, one of us will go this way and the other, and we'll search the whole building. I'm like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, like, man, that's gonna take forever.
Yeah. So yeah. But yep, you could have found everything in here. So, all right.
And fun enough, the structure of the building is not quite what I expected it to be too. Like, I expected this part right here to go all the way down.
Yep.
Not stop there. So that would have shortened it a little bit, because then you just come around and go this way. But
Yeah.
So the backup plot was I was gonna shove him up on the wall and get him over to Jahal, and then I was gonna try and walk out the front because they were looking for a Shin.
Yep. That would have worked too. I told AK, I rolled a deduction test for Jahal to see if he could like figure out like, hey, I can pull this ladder up. And then I rolled an athletics check to see if he could pull it up. And then I rolled a stealth check for him, and he passed all of them for the tests that I had set up. So it's like, okay, that'll work. We'll do that. So he rolled really well in the end, but because I don't want to be the Deus Ex Machina that just saves you guys when you get bad stuff. So if he'd have failed, he might have been falling into the thing with you too. So
that would have been even more fucking spicy.
Yep. But so you guys have made your way back to Liss's bakery. Yep. She is there preparing ingredients for the bread she has to bake tomorrow. She looks up as you enter, and she gives kind of a smile and says, "You three have made quite the commotion, or so I have heard." The entire war camp is looking for a Shin Ardent.
And we don't know any Ardent Shins.
Right.
Neither do I. What did you learn?
So we just tell her everything that happened.
Tell her everything that happened.
Yeah, sure. Putting a lot of faith in this lady, but yeah, sure.
Sure. Do you tell her about the O's, the glowing skin, the Knight's Radiant? Tell her all about it?
Oh.
I model.
I don't think so.
You're not
in fact, what I want to tell her is that we know where the honor blade is.
Okay.
But I don't want to tell her where it is.
You don't want to tell the name of the city?
Yeah, I just want her to know that the mission was a success. We got what we needed, and thank you.
Okay. Allow me. Give me a sec.
I'll say flip.
Oh, and tell her that that he was in no condition to be brought out of there.
Okay. I want to point out that neither of you are familiar with a city named
Rathalathar.
Rathalathar. I need
Really?
you both to roll for me either a deduction or a lore check to see if the name, the description.
I've been having better rolls with lore, so we're gonna go with it. That 20 rolled just enough over. Damn it!
Okay. To see if this name or the description rings any bells. Okay, you both pass.
Yay.
You are aware that that most likely the description that he is talking about is a city called Rathalas, with the end chopped off. This is a city in a sort of a chasm, a rift in the ground. Is partially built into the ground. This is a city in Althakar.
Althakar?
Althakar, that's a nation state. That's where the Alethi people come from. You are also aware that this city had been burned to the ground in the war that united Althakar. And it was burned to the ground. Burned to the ground is kind of difficult since it's within a rift, but it was sacked and burned by Dalinar Kholin and his forces during the unification of Althakar. You do not need, you have a pretty good idea of where this is, so you do not need to mention it to her if you don't want to, as you kind of have a good assumption of where this place is.
Right, yeah.
So you tell her that the mission was a success, that the guy couldn't be brought out, and that you figured out where the honor blade is.
Yep.
Okay. She's then going to ask where the honor blade is. Since you told her you found it, she's going to ask where it is, as she is interested.
Yeah.
Why is she interested?
Why am Who
Yeah, I
be
don't think we've
interested
ever
in?
established her reasoning to know that.
Roll a persuasion check. Yes, Zeno.
Well, I just I mean, she was named as an ally by
Yes.
Tazo.
Yes, but we don't know in what way. You know what I mean? Like, is she a mentor to him? Is she just a friend? Is she a part of the same group as him? Is she a part of another group that was working with him?
So
you know what I mean?
She has told you that she was hired by the Stone Shaman to look for information regarding the Honor Blade.
Yes.
So she was paid to do this.
Yes.
Her interest is, well, you ask her what her interest is in it, and she says, who wouldn't be interested in a legendary weapon such as that? Oh, it just re-rolls it. Cool. Okay. Good to know.
So you're asking me for information. So you're asking me for information that you would normally sell.
Well, I have helped you. Certainly you can offer me something in exchange.
Well, the agreement was money. So you have helped, and I'm 100% willing to compensate you for your help.
So you're not going to share the location of the Honor Blade with her?
Not just yet. We need to make sure that it's correct before we give that out.
Very well.
We're going
Our
to
deal then is done.
ensure-
Please leave my bakery.
Oh, that was cold.
Understood.
Thank you for your help, ma'am.
Yep. Thank you.
Good day.
Oh God. Oh, God.
Yeah, I just didn't want her selling that information to a whole bunch of other people, you know?
Yeah. I my thought too. Exactly. The problem is if you rub her the wrong way.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just want to point out she does know that you were the people who broke into the temple.
She does, yeah. But we're leaving.
Okay. It is currently getting to about evening. What would you guys like to do? Would you like to retire for the evening?
You know what? This is gonna throw your shit off a little bit, probably.
Maybe.
Can I go speak to Ramathon? I really gotta learn how to say his name, don't I?
Amaram?
Amaram, that's the one.
You want to go to Sidious' war camp and talk to Amaram?
Oh wait, he's CDS? I thought he was in.
No.
Oh no, that's right, because the guards brought us to him. All right, yeah,
Yep.
never mind. Brain
Okay.
fart. So no, then it would be Bordar.
Borden? The
Borden.
captain of the
Fucking
captain
names.
you had traveled with?
Yes.
Yes.
I would like to go visit him then.
It is about 7:30 in the evening. You want to visit him now?
Yeah, maybe I'll bring a bottle of wine to him or something. Yeah.
Where do you procure wine?
I guess the Honorary Troll.
Okay. So you go to the Ornery Chull.
Thank you.
How much do you want to spend on a bottle of wine?
Not like, enough to not like, I don't know, a couple marks, something like not super cheap, but like showing that I appreciate the help he's given us, and also to butter him up a little bit.
So we'll say 5 marks.
Okay.
One,
so I'm gonna 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I got it.
You 64. Okay, wonderful. So you purchase a sort of like a middling bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Not something that, not dirt cheap, but something that is at least, drinkable.
Respectable.
This isn't gonna be anything good, but it's alcoholic and it's drinkable.
Yes.
You both are gonna go?
Yes.
Okay. Jahal is gonna stay behind. He's gonna stay in his room. So you guys make your way to this barracks right here, which is where you believe he is. You enter, you ask after him. They say that he is currently getting ready to turn in. They point you to his private sort of tent or building or whatever it is. It's one of these right here. You head towards it. You knock on the door and Borden opens it and sees both of you there. Oh, yes. Hello, we're having a little bit of a issue right now with some intruders. Also, it's late. Is something I can help you with?
Would you happen to have some means of, say, what's the word I'm looking for? Troop or patrol that heads towards at the Rathalos area, perhaps? That we could tag along on?
There are several patrols that go all over Althakar.
More specifically towards what would have been known as Rathalathar.
I'll check. Come see me in the morning.
That sounds fair. And then I'm going to hand him over the wine.
Oh. Thank you. Come see me tomorrow morning. I'll see what I have for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And with that, he closes the door.
Whoop. All right.
Back to the
ornery chawl.
Okay. You guys do notice on your way back that the guards seem to be kind of patrolling a little bit more than normal. There's more guards around.
Mm-hmm.
None of them seem to stop you. Zeno, roll for me a stealth check. There's no Parascendi around, unfortunately.
He wants us to get caught.
They're looking for a shin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, no 24 on no pair. Okay, never mind. See, I was wrong. There's a Parascendi who walks directly from around a building right as you walk by. They don't notice it.
The clouds are in the shape of a parachute.
Yeah, the clouds above have blessed you, yes. There's a kid drawing an image in the dirt of a Parascendi woman as you walk by. You make it through unseen. Nobody seems to pay attention to you particularly, as they are looking for a Shin character and they don't seem to notice that you are one. So you get back to the ornery Chull. Jahal has sat down for a meal for supper, a late supper. Would you like to join him?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to point out that you two have not told him directly what has happened. He only knows what you told Liz.
But let's fill him in.
As you sit down,
we'll fill him in, yeah.
He tells you of some odd rumors he's been hearing around the war camp.
About?
He says that High Prince Dalinar has refounded the ancient order of the Knights Radiant and named the hero Meridus Amaram as the leader of the Knights Radiant.
Well, you said refunded as like
he has
removed them?
No, refounded.
Refounded. Okay. Oh.
So yeah,
right.
so you guys would know from legend that the Knights Radiant were an order of heroic knights who fought against the Desolations and the Voidbringers.
Yes.
At some point in time, the Knight Radiants vanished. Nobody knows why or how, but they no longer exist. It seems that Dalinar Colin has refounded this order and has proclaimed that Meridus Amaram is the leader of the Knights Radiant.
Okay. That's an interesting move on his part.
So you tell Jahal what happened in the temple?
Yes.
Yeah, all of it.
Okay. Where the sword is, about AK's glowing and the bond and the words of radiance.
Yes. I'll even tell him about mine too, like my little friend.
Jahal is going to immediately say the words life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination, and like look and see if he starts glowing. Like holds his hands up like, I don't know if that's working there, buddy.
Well, he technically was he with us when we went through the shrine?
Yeah, he was, but he never said the words.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he never said the words up until now. Although I'm gonna make him a Skybreaker no matter what. So, because
Gotcha.
I am the DM and I can do what I want.
I would be a Skybreaker.
I won't. Skybreakers are cool. So yeah, I've got more opportunities for him later on for that. So, but you tell him he has now said the oath. Thank you for giving him the opportunity to, so that now I can give him a Spren bond as well. So
Yes.
With that, you have been informed. You've told him. You have shared details of what is going on. Guards seem to peek in every so often, but again, the stealth roll you rolled high enough that they don't seem to notice you in particular. Zeno, they're more looking for workmen, and none of you are dressed like workmen anymore. You're dressed like soldiers. You have your armor back on, your equipment. And with that, would you guys like to turn in for the evening? Or is there anything else you would like to do before you go to bed?
I'm good.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. As you turn in, Poe wishes you a good night, Xeno, as you are now bonded. The wind spren keeps flying around your room in a sort of ridiculous pattern, inspecting things and inspecting you. Asha, I have yet to find a decent name for her yet. Because all of the good ones have been taken by the books. And I can't steal other characters, so I'm working on it.
Okay.
But also you two haven't exactly. So I'll give you guys a little bit of meta knowledge. Your characters won't know this, but the Spren that you have bonded, they don't. While they're in this realm, which you're not going to understand, don't worry about it. If they don't have a bond with a human or a person, they sort of devolve into being mindless. So Poahu had a bond with Tazo, and it had lasted a while, and then almost immediately started having a bond with AK afterwards. Your Spren, Asha, is basically fledgling in terms of this, so it kind of makes sense that she wouldn't really have a name yet, but just so you're aware, as far as meta knowledge goes, that as the story goes on, they will develop more of a personality. So with that, you turn in, you go to bed. I will point out, Spren do not sleep, but that is neither here nor there. You wake up. And Ash, you find, as you wake up, Jahal, Xeno go have their breakfast. Ash, you find another letter under your door.
Oh yeah, that's right. I will check the letter then.
Inside, it informs you that somebody is meddling with the Heralds and the Honor Blades. And that you, should you wish to join them, need to find out who. And it is signed the Sons of Honor.
Honor Blades and the Radiant Knights, is that what you said?
The Herald and the Honor Blades. But it seems that the Sons of Honor are aware that somebody has broken into the temple complex, but they're not exactly aware of who, and they have charged you with finding out who it is and why they broke into the temple complex.
So I have to find out why I broke into the temple? Is that what you're telling me?
Yep. And if you wish to join the Sons of Honor, you are to find it and report back to them.
Does it say how I report back to them?
They have given you a location on the edge of Sidious' war camp with which to leave a missive.
Of course, I don't know any of this.
You don't know any of that?
No.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I've even told them about the letter yet, have I?
You've told, you showed them the letter.
Oh,
yeah,
you?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
I'm pretty sure.
right,
Yeah,
yes.
pretty sure you showed them. Yes.
Okay.
So you can decide and let me know. You probably won't do it now, but are you planning on leaving an affirmative response in that location?
Probably right as we leave to go.
Yeah.
To,
but I'm guessing you're also not going to leave like hey, it was me.
No, it's gonna be like they're seeking the honor blade, honorably seeking the honor blade, not in a bad way or something along those lines.
Okay. Go ahead and send me a message. You can either figure it out later. Or you can send me a message on Discord about what you're actually leaving them. But
Okay.
we'll figure that out next session. But just so you're aware, you're leaving an affirmative response.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys wake up. You have your breakfasts. Do you mention the letter to Jahal Zeno?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are sitting down to have breakfast in sort of the crowded common room, and Asha slides this letter over to you. You are aware that he has been looking for the Sons of Honor, although I don't know if you told them the exact reason. I think you did.
Yeah. I told them about. They know about my family.
Okay.
Disappearing and knowing that I had leftover was the.
Okay. So you are aware that he has been seeking the Sons of Honor for information, vengeance, what have you. And this letter indicates that should Asha wish to join the Sons of Honor, he needs to locate who infiltrated the temple complex, who's been messing with the guards, and the Herald and the Honor Blades, and their reason for doing so if he wishes to join.
Wow, it's a good thing they didn't ask you to do anything difficult, huh?
Right? I have to figure a way to tell them without giving too much information, though. I don't want them to know it was us.
Right.
But I want them to understand that it's good. Like, the people doing it are good. You know what I mean? It's not in bad.
Yeah.
Because we're not doing it in bad, so it's not a lie, technically.
Jahal just indicates you could tell him that you'll look. You don't have to tell him you know anything yet.
That's true.
That's true.
I have a lead that's going to take me to someplace that will give me answers, and I just will leave it at that, I guess.
All right.
I'll look into it.
Okay, there you go.
I like it.
Anything else you guys would like to do before you go see Borden about a patrol or a mission somewhere up into Alphacar?
Nope.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
You guys finish your breakfast. Oh wait, you guys need to take away 2 marks as well for room and board last night.
Oh yeah. When was the last time you fed that puppy?
I'm saying that the puppy is eating off of Ash's plate for the most part.
Gotcha.
I would have left him with some food and stuff. I mean, come on.
I'm not going to say you starved your dog.
It's my dog. It's my puppy dog.
I gave you your 3rd level too fast. It's going to take you a while, guys, a while to get to 4, but that'll be fine. Maybe I could give you maybe I could give you another level 2. It might be best since we're running this short-handed. Maybe I could give you an additional couple levels. I think this game is supposed to end at level 8. But if it stops at 10, it's not going to be that bad, especially again since we are running at a lower level. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I am going to That's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to give you guys another level here. I don't want to adjust too much stuff, but I think we'll do that when we get back to, when we start next session. I think we'll figure out that level right away there. What we're going to do now is you head to Borden. He is up, dressed, ready by the time you get there. He does inform you that there is a patrol leading from the war camps up into Alphacar. It isn't going directly to Rathalas, as Rathalas is essentially overrun by bandits at the moment. And they don't have the manpower to just like go in there and clear the old city out.
Mm-hmm.
But they are doing their best to contain them. So the patrol is going near there. So you can join them, and then kind of he'll leave orders that you're going to do like half the patrol. You're going to go up there and then break off, and then they'll come back. You will be required to work, right? You're going to have to fight some bandits. You're going to have to fight some bad people, I guess.
Okay.
However, they will provide for you horses and provisions, and you will be paid in advance.
Oh, wow.
The patrol will take about, the whole patrol takes about 40 days, so you would have to travel for about 20 of it. You'll be paid 30 marks, which is half the standard 60 for the entire patrol. And if that is acceptable to you, he knows you to be competent soldiers, and he would pay you each 30 marks to do the patrol.
Perfect.
Okay. So what's up?
It works for me.
Okay, so each and every one of you can add 30 marks to your total. So you each have an additional 30 marks. You are hired for the patrol, and you set out, and this is a point in time in which you leave your message, Ash, and okay. I haven't read too far into this section, so we're gonna touch on this next time. So I guess instead what we'll do is we will do the levels tonight. So we will start with you, AK. Your talent has been chosen because you got the first level of Stonesword. I will also point out, since everybody is now a Radiant, that from this point forward, you'll understand this a little more later, Zeno. From this point forward, your Radiant abilities are going to be tied to narrative moments and oaths. They will not take additional talent points. It's just that your first one is kind of an unlocking. So additional oaths will breed additional powers. That's how we're going to do it, because that's how it works in the book, and I want you guys to be overpowered since we're running short man. Let me make sure I have this proper 24. Oh, found it right away. I love that for me. Okay, you guys are currently going to level 4. So let me edit you to level 4. For your 4th level, Zeno, you get +2 to skills. So that would be your agility, your athletics, your heavy weapons. You can put 2 points into any of those, but you cannot raise them above 2. So, for instance, you cannot put another point into stealth or insight yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
So 1 and 2 athletics and 1 into, what did you do?
Discipline.
Wonderful. Okay, so that is your level. Now on to you, Ash. Let's bring you up to level 4. Ash, you get 2 skill points and 1 talent point.
Okay. Actually, I believe my talent points are already spent, isn't it? Because we did the animal bond.
No, you don't have to take that. So what I said was, right now you have sort of a pup.
Yep.
If you choose to take the animal bond, I'm just going to have it grow up to be an animal bond. So you don't have to take that this level.
Okay.
But if you want to, then what'll happen is at the end of the patrol, narratively at the end of the patrol, it's going to be something that you have bonded with and that you can then use for that ability.
Gotcha.
If that's the talent you want to take, then that's the talent you can take. But you have 2 skill points and 1 talent.
We seem to be doing a lot of lore stuff lately, so I think I'm going to do 1 there.
Okay.
And then I think we might go survival. Sounds right. Okay. So that's that.
That's that.
Sharp eye. After you observe your aquarium. Does it? Cold eyes feels kind of nasty. The trap thing sounds pretty cool too, because we were making traps earlier.
We sure were.
I think we're just gonna do the animal bond, honestly.
Okay.
It just seems right. That's the rules for allied NPCs, rounds and turns, however.
I'm going to take that. I like that. Jahal is going to put 2 points into crafting because he remembers the ladder incident.
Maybe you can whittle a Parashindi model for
He's gonna dump 2 points into crafting because
I don't even have crafting. Oh yeah, I do. I already have 4 in it.
Next time you make a ladder, he wants it to be good.
Right.
That's funny.
Alright, so we have that. I bought his ability, so all of you are now level 4. Okay, so while you have this talent upgrades any animal you gain as a reward, you can communicate simple concepts with your animal, and they generally attempt to help you as requested. Your animal alerts you of incoming danger that you can sense while you can sense them within 10 feet of you. Each of your defenses increase by 1 When you move, your animal companion automatically moves alongside you. During combat, your animal follows the rules of allied NPCs, see rounds and turns. However, if your animal companion hasn't yet acted this round, you can use a free action to call them to act during your turn. When you do, they gain either 1 or 2 of your choice to immediately use actions of your choice. Then at the start of your next turn, they gain that many fewer actions than usual. Okay? In addition to the action in Chapter 10 in your animal companion stat block, they can use the track special action. If your animal companion is reduced to 0 health, they don't become unconscious, but they stop fighting and retreat to safety. However, your animal companion can still die from injuries or for narrative reasons. If you ever lose your animal companion, you can bond with a new animal at an opportunity the GM deems appropriate. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. If your animal dies, that talent, either you can refund it and pick a new talent, or you can find another animal to bond with.
Okay.
That's how I'm going to do that. So at this point, I'm going to have to figure out how to do the bonding thing. Okay, I don't know what I turned off. Was it this one? Oh, that one. Yeah, it was that one. Okay, I got it. Okay, so you have an animal bond. That increases your thing. I need to put animal bond on this guy.
Oh, man.
How do
Passive
I...
effects, I see that now.
Yeah, how do I
cool.
get that? That gonna be in... Because it says it should raise his defenses as well.
Be like John Wayne and name him Dog. Dog.
Axe Hound.
So original, really.
Okay, so it's not here. I don't know how to get that. I'll figure it out. He should have more defense. He should have the animal bond perk. I don't know how that works. So I'll figure it out. Maybe I can just edit. No, that doesn't do it. Maybe I can just drag it from yours into his. Nope. Edit. Suspended duration. This is a thing. I'll have to figure that out. I don't exactly know. Let me delete this guy real quick. That should be the one. Does that... that... I don't know where the other one was. Oh well. We will figure it out one way or another.
One way. Oh, no.
I'm not exactly sure how to do that, but I'll figure it out, and then we can manage it. So with this, you guys set out on your patrol. You leave that morning. You leave the war camps behind. You leave the fear that you are going to be caught for infiltrating the temple complex behind, at least for the time being. You look back. The war camps have been your home for near a week now, as you have been exploring. It is almost odd to head out, but you have a mission, you have a task, and you are going to complete it. And with that, we're going to end today's session. Well done, everybody.
Yay.
First heist done. How did it go?
Not bad. Not bad.
I thought it was fun.
It's something a little different, a little less combat, a little bit more, other types of roles. Yeah.
There was a lot of stealth in that one.
Yep.
There could have been a lot of combat too.
There could have been, and I took away all your weapons deliberately.